Alright guys, so today I have something interesting for you, and I kind of made this video maybe like 3 days ago that I took off because again there were some like technical mistakes and verbal mistakes that I made in that particular video. But today I can actually show you visually how to kind of understand a birth chart and using this Sarvabhdra Chakra, okay, especially in terms of transits. So let me show you the Sarvabhdra Chakra first. Okay. So as you see, this is the chart of India right there. And I am taking that India's Sarvabhdra Chakra, and I'm going to show you this thing about the transit. So if you look at this here, first of all, so simple to understand this particular chakra. At least the major foundation of it. How? So if you see this here, okay, and yeah, if you see this top part, okay, Kritika, Rohini, Mriksara, Ardra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Ashlesha, these particular nakshatra placement do not change for any chart. They'll always be the same. What changes is planets transiting through it. Okay, and especially this particular part is east, this is west, this is north, this is south. Okay, so if you see here, look, Bharani, Ashwini, Revati, Uttar Bhadrapada, Purva Bhadrapada, Shatabhishak, Dhanishta, this stays as is. Then on this side you see Magha, Purva Falguni, Uttar Falguni, Hasta, Chitra, Swati, Vishaka. That stays as is in every single chart on this map. Then Saravan, Abhijit, Uttarashada, Purvashada, Mula, Jeshta, Anuradha, they stays the same. And obviously you do use Abhijit Nakshatra in this. It's a very small portion where the planets will affect, but they will affect. But here's the thing. Simplest thing is this. Whenever a planet is in Kritika Nakshatra here, okay? Well, hold on. Sorry, I had to get to my pen too. So if you see Kritika here, it will always aspect Bharani. Bharani will aspect Kritika back. This is the aspect. And the simplest thing to understand is, then Ashwini will look at Rohini, and Rohini will look at Ashwini. Revati will look at Mriksara, and Mriksara will look at Revati. Uttar Bhadrapada will look at Ardra, Ardra will look at Uttar Bhadrapada. So you keep going in this particular line like that, where Purva Bhadrapada will look at Punarvasu, Satabhishak will look at Pushya, and Dhanishta will look at Ashlesha. Okay, so this is the aspect from this particular direction. Then what you can see, I don't know why this line is not moving. Okay. So then the next aspect that you will understand is Kritika will also look at Saravana, and Saravana look at Kritika back. Rohini will look at Abhijit. Abhijit will look at Rohini. Mriksara will look at Uttarashada. Uttarashada will look at Mriksara. Ardra will aspect Purvashada. Purvashada will aspect Ardra. Punarvasu will look at Mula. Mula will look at Punarvasu. Pushya will look at Jeshta. Jeshta will aspect Pushya back. So any planet in any one of these nakshatra will aspect in such manner. Ashlesha always looks at Anuradha, and Anuradha always looks at Ashlesha. So then you have these particular straight line aspects in this particular chakra. Then the other aspect that you will see in this is that Magha looks at Ashlesha, Ashlesha looks at Magha. Purva Falguni aspects Pushya, Pushya aspects Purva Falguni. Uttara Falguni aspects Punarvasu, Punarvasu will look at Uttara Falguni. Hasta will look at Ardra and vice versa. Chitra will look at Mriksara, vice versa. Swati will look at Rohini and Rohini will look at Swati back. Vishaka will look at Kritika, Kritika will look at Vishaka back. So this becomes this direction of aspects, always. Okay. Then the other ones that you will see is going to be Bharani. Okay. Bharani will look directly at Magha and Magha will look at Bharani back. So you can draw these lines right across. Revati to Uttara Falguni, Uttara Bhadrapada to Hasta, Purva Bhadrapada to Chitra, Sat Vishak to Swati, and Dhanishta to Vishaka. So these straight lines will aspect. So now, whenever a planet is sitting somewhere, you should know where it's going to aspect. And you can just go to the chakra chart quickly. And if the planet is sitting in Revati, in third pada, it will aspect the third pada of Uttara Falguni. It goes that minute in this particular study. Then you can also, on the second layer, you will add vars and the tithis like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, and what letter, like you see the letters here of each nakshatra. Although all the letters are not given, I haven't activated that in this particular software on my laptop. It has it on my desktop. But for example, okay, if we look at Saturn, okay, Saturn is right now in Capricorn. So here is Saturn. Actually, let me make that more distinct. So Saturn is transiting in Capricorn, especially in 2022, and majority of the time it is going to be in Dhanishta. Okay, so Saturn is going to be transiting direct and retrograde into Dhanishta nakshatra. So from Dhanishta nakshatra, okay, if you look, there are sounds like Ri. I believe is Du, Dha, and Ri. Yeah, I have to look into the software, but what you can see here that when Saturn is in particular, let's say the Padha of Ri sound, you can use this particular chakra by matching the dasha and the transit with this particular chart, saying that okay, well, on a Thursday, on a particular Thursday and a particular tithi, a person with the name starting with Ri will come into your life. It could be simple transaction with some client. And depending upon how Saturn is transiting in Dhanishta, either they will be beneficial or not be beneficial in your life. So this is how you can pinpoint how, when, and who will come and appear. So knowing this, if you look in this particular chart of India, okay, Saturn we know will aspect the third place from itself, which is the 11th house where the sign of Pisces is. It will aspect directly to the sign of Cancer. Okay. And it will aspect the 10th house. However, once we know what the Sarbahdorda Chakra is, okay, we can now see that Saturn will affect one pada of Vishaka Nakshatra in the sign of Scorpio. The fourth pada of Dhanishta Nakshatra will actually begin aspecting the Vishaka Nakshatra, which will actually occur when Saturn moves into the sign of Aquarius in 2022 around May. Okay, and also Saturn naturally will aspect the 6th house, which is 10th aspect, where the other pada of the Dhanishta Nakshatra are. And it will also impact this Ashlesha Nakshatra. So you can see, besides just his normal aspect, the other aspects, although I should have used a different color. See, let me actually give you this with a different. So, wow. I don't know why it's not giving me a different color. Okay. So this is going to be one aspect here through the SB Chakra, one aspect here, and obviously aspecting Dhanishta Nakshatra here specifically. Now when Saturn moves into sign of Aquarius in 2022 for about a couple of months, Saturn will also aspect the Nakshatra of Saravan in sign of Capricorn. So you see how Saturn impacts 12th from itself. And remember the video that I made. The feet of Saturn. The 12th from Saturn always gets delayed, always gets slowed. It doesn't accomplish its tasks on time. So obviously, Saturn will impact this. Now, one thing I wanted to show you here, if I can share this. Yes, I can. Okay. So if you look at this, I'm going to show you report. Where is that at? Wait a second. Calculate. Okay, here it is. And I made this video probably in the beginning of 2020 or end of 2019. I said when Saturn enters the 9th house for India's chart, 9th house is Bhagya. Okay. 9th house represents the religious rituals, ceremonies, customs of that particular country. And look how many points Saturn is giving. It's only giving one Binashtak Varga point. Very, very low point. But it's not even that. It's not even that. Okay. If you look here, why isn't this going down? Okay, I'll just use my laptop. It doesn't want to go out like that. If you look here, the total points, the total Sarvashtak Varga points given into the 9th house of India is only 20. Okay, this is 20 points. And Saturn is transiting here right now. As soon as Saturn entered Capricorn, there was this natural divide in people of different caste, religion, ethnic background. Like pretty much there's this division in the country since then. And pretty much the pandemic kind of quickened the pace and made things even more chaotic. And if you look, because of this Saturn, looking at especially the nakshatra of Ashlesha when it's in Dhanishta nakshatra. Okay. 3rd house of a country represents the bordering neighbors. So for India, first of all, as soon as Saturn entered, conflicts became much more prevalent. And what are the bordering nations? China, Nepal, Tibet, Pakistan, Bangladesh. And especially the conflict with China occurred. I believe it was 2020, 2020, last year, it occurred. But also when it's in Dhanishta, okay, you will see bordering nations will play psyops game. Hidden psyops game, especially usually with this Ashlesha. Actually, let me go show you a bigger chart if you guys can't see. So Saturn here is looking at these Ashlesha Nakshatra and specifically these planets. And so you see that due to the hacking, there will be some kind of, when Saturn enters Dhanishta by February of next year, which is what, in 2 days, you're going to see the hacking and the psychological games that are going to be played by countries at the border will impact the ascendant, because Venus is there being impacted by Saturn. It impacts the government body. Why? Because Sun rules the 4th house of the governing body. Even though this is the actual government, Leo itself represents the governing body. And then Saturn itself is there, which is the Yoga Karka, Bhagya Lord, and the working of the government. It can weaken that particular part. And just by knowing that Saturn is also impacting the 7th house of treaties and agreement when it enters the 4th pada of Dhanishta, there will, and because the Vishaka Nakshatra is there in Scorpio, there's like a split in treaties, breakup in treaties, breakup in some foreign relations. And it becomes even more dominant because it impacts the Vishaka Nakshatra, the 3 padhas in the 6th house of disputes, litigations, conflict, and sign of Libra, which is the original energy of the 7th house, is sitting there. So this is why until Saturn moves permanently into Aquarius by, I believe, March of 2022, only then you will see a relief coming in. This is for the country. This is not your personal chart. Because people will prosper. You will have crorpatis, you will have multimillionaires being made in 2022. It's not like things halt. I'm just talking about the country. Your individual chart could show multiple promotions, suddenly getting to a business that gives you 6 figures income, 8 figures income, and when that happens, all these type of things become very subtle as to what's happening with the country or the government. Although it impacts truly patriotic people, but again, individually, this is a different story than what I'm showing here. But I just wanted to show you that, and hopefully this is actually helping in terms of showing you, how to understand certain concepts. So let me know if this type of a board and the way I'm showing is actually helping, because I'm going to be actually using this particular board on KRS vlogs, especially when I talk about horoscope matching, when I talk about the intimacies issues, and how I like, especially I'll go really deep into horoscope matching on KRS vlog. It could be like a 6-7 part thing, because horoscope matching is just not simple. Oh, this planet is here, that planet is there. It goes deep. You have to go deep before you can come to a final assessment about anything. Okay, so anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you're in this type of videos. If you want to know where your Sarbahdorda Chakra is saying about you and all your astrological details, check out the links here under shop section. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye bye.